The night Welcome everyone to the Casual Esports Amateur League. This is Tuesday night solo cast coming in with your host, the AMO. We're gonna have two matches tonight. First, kicking out of the let's see here. I think it's the Shurima division. I'm already messing up. Freljord division second game. Shurima division's the first game. We have Anarchy Blue versus Hydrodynamic Boings. So we got Anarchy Blue. Anarchy is an organization. They have teams across many different games and different levels, different leagues. Glad to see they're back here in Seal. They've been around. They've always brought some good spicy teams to the league and community. So we welcome their community back again. And Hydrodynamic Boings is They're a special team, so we got some Dream Daddies personalities here. So, hopefully, just real quick, doing a sound check, making sure everything sounds good on my end. I think we're going to be looking good there. So, this is vodcasts, and so it's going to go a lot quicker, a lot faster pace. So we go right on through everything. So, coming up, we have the bands coming out. As you can see, we have Oriana, Akali, Zaya. I should probably actually tell everyone we're live, because no one's watching yet. That's fine with me. Live now. Everyone. Super. Okay, back to the cast. Okay, this is week one, right? Week one match, trying to see what the teams are going to bring out here going on as we have the players coming out. We have the Zach, the Maokai, Tristana, Shen, and Kale. AB going for a 3 tank and 1, support the Tristana team comp. Basically, don't let Tristana die, and you can win the game between Shen ulti, Kale ulti, and the CC coming out from the big green men on the left. That's going to be pretty damaging. Coming out on the side, Hydro Homers, a lot more fight-oriented with the Hecarim, Alistar, Zillion, Kaisa, Aatrox. Interesting bands coming out, trying to focus, get away from some target picks. This is week one match, so I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty hyped to watch these teams go at it. And now that we are in this position, and there's the draft. Like I said, it's going to be pretty quick going on here. We're going to go in-game, and we're just going to straight up transition out of this, and should go. Cut it. And there we are. So, as we're going to hit play here, I'm going to have to probably adjust the sound volume for my end here for my personal casting life. So on the side of Anarchy Blue, we have actually a sub in the top lane. So Ansem going on the Shen in the top lane. He is the sub. Zan Starfile in the jungle on the Zac. Sony Star or Sinori Star on the Kale mid lane. Nipnath on the AD. Tristana trying to be the carry for this game. And Biscuit Joint on the Maokai. So I think we now know why ZZ Dog in the week one match was complaining about the Maokai support, because he had to face one in this matchup for himself in his week one match. So on the side of Hydro here, they got Simply PK on top. Aatrox, go up to him. And the King Hollow on 87 on the Hecarim jungle. Nick Knight on Zillion mid lane, one of our few. We got a couple Zillion mid lane players in the league. Good to see them. ZZ Dog on the Kaisa AD carry, and Vebe used to be mid laner. He's playing support this season on the Alistar. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, of course they can all swap around. Looks like Shen's going to go in for a little invade here. So from these team comps, I mean, just look at it. There's 3 tanks. This is just absolutely super loud on my end. Hopefully it's decent volume for the stream. Maybe I just have sensitive headphones, but like it's right. You have Shen, you have the Zac, you have the Maokai. Just everyone's going to protect Tristana, and then they're going to scale, and Kale and Tristana late game, we're just going to absolutely shred through. You know, Hydro here, much more of a mid-game team fight comp with the Zillion revive. Kaisa gets a couple items before, you know, Tristana can get more items. You know, the engage from Alistar and Hecarim, Aatrox going off in the team fights. See how all of that runs on through the team fights. The 10 comes out. And Hecarim's going to come for an early gank here and just push the Shen back, who taunted in forward. And this looks like it's going to be a first death. There's the flash. There's the Qs. There's another one. A nice shield. Enough. One more auto. Hecarim not going to get there as Ansem walks it on out. So, did have to burn his flash, but flash down from Aatrox as well. Get that Shen out of top lane, but, you know, it happens. We'll like to mention that if your team does not have a logo for any of the stream matches, I will be putting up the missing sign where your logo should be. So, little community stream shame. Need a logo. Also, if you do have a logo and you do not have the Discord emote in the Discord for it, ping your division liaison, and they should be able to make sure that that gets set up for you, because we want to make sure everyone can promote their teams or their friends' teams or great plays to get everything down. As Ansem, buddy, oh my gosh, going back to top lane just absolutely gets kind of getting crushed on by the Aatrox. Zac has got off an excellent, he's already gotten like a Scuttle Crab and way up on the Aatrox. He's off with the gank. A little slow on the movement right now for Aatrox. Or not Aatrox, Hecarim. Great. If I'm already mixing up champion names, it's going to be a long night. Saplings being thrown left and right here from Biscuit. Man. Anyone hungry? Kind of want a Biscuit. Biscuit sounds really good right now. I mean, Directed Cam really loving this bot lane, because nothing is happening elsewhere on the map as we see items coming in here. First week of the season, I want to see what objectives they go for. Zac hasn't made a gank yet. He hasn't backed. Sort of backing safely. Everyone's just sort of playing passively, getting their CS. A lot less fighting than we saw last night. If you missed the any week 1 match, don't forget to go to the YouTube to check any of the replays out. Those usually get uploaded from the Twitch stream to the YouTube on a fairly decent basis. May not be that day, maybe a day or two, but they are there if you can't catch them here on YouTube. Also, go and make sure you check out the highlight plays as Ansem is slipping through and dodging simply, you know, Qs coming up from Aatrox, because there was a pentakill already in week 1. That's definitely on the Discord and on the YouTube, so check out the high play and look out for that coming in. And more back, just basic farming. Pretty basic farming coming out on the side of these teams here. I mean, we're even in gold. The scuttles happen. Hecarim's got a little bit of an invade going. Catching up to Zac on the farm. A little bit quicker. Got some vision in. Zac's got nowhere left to go. Hecarim also doesn't have any camps up left, so we'll see what happens. Nice double bomb by Nickmite there, but Kale is leveled up. We'll see that the casual casts are a little bit, I don't know, they're a little different than the combination here. Sometimes we'll talk more strategy, sometimes we'll talk more fun, meta, as we see just items starting to be picked up, see what particularly happens. Kale is an interesting, this mid lane matchup between Kale, Zillion. I don't think we had another mid lane Kale player in Seal in a long time. I know we've had some top lane Kale a little bit. Zillion, there's a few, like I said, there's about 3 or 4 Zillion players in the Discord, in the community, across a bunch of different divisions. Maybe top lane? Yeah, top lane, more fighting. Top laners are fighting. Good job, top laners. Because that's needs some action. But we'll see what happens going forward for the rest of the evening. But I want to try and get, once again, get as many matches streamed as possible, and the solo casts allow me to get that happen. As the red buffs come up, we see a gank down in the bot lane from Zach. Nope, he went back to base. And Ansem, you are nearly dead again. He's going to have to back. And those saplings and the cows, just, you know, eating them for breakfast or dinner. I don't know. I think they played this game in the evening. And farm it. Are we going to get any objectives soon? I mean, we're 7.5 minutes in, almost 8 minutes in, and so far Zach is, you know, tied with the Hecarim. Aatrox has, you know, dominated the Shen in lane so far, but he has got the only gank that has occurred, as mid lane is still there. Although Nick Knight looks like there's the Kara ult, actually Shen ulti, KO ulti coming in. Nick Knight is going to pop out his ulti. Shen, let's see who gets on it, as there's the Hecarim flashing, and his Hecarim's not going to finish that one off. And this is going to be a double kill coming over. Nope, Simply's going to take that one away. So double shield ults on the KO. Does survive for a while, but not enough, as 3 men pile into, you know, mid lane here. And this is going to be a real strong start coming up for Hydro. And I'm not saying your full name, guys. You can either be the Boing Boings or the Hydrodynamic, whatever your full name is. But we're probably going to go with Boing Boings when bad things happen and Hydro when good things happen. Or maybe I'll switch it around, call them Boing Boings. They chose to go with Hydro, the HYD, for the abbreviation, so.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Thanks, Caster Lady, for telling us that Red team is definitely, you know, stepped up after the pretty extensive nothing happening. And here comes Hecarim and Alistar, and Flash Headbutt Pulverize does nothing because there's no Pulverize, just, or no Headbutt. Missed just straight with the Pulverize. I don't want to say the fact that, I do not like this Zac skin. Not in particularly, anyway. It's not the end of the world, just a personal preference. Shen skin's decent. No problem with that one. Hecarim skin, of course, it's a good one. As he's going to come up here and charge in on the Shen. Woohoo! Stops him from top, but he has flashback up and the Blast Cone to escape safely. And now Hecarim's going to be able to get in onto this Rift Herald. And, you know, just keep hitting away. ZZ Dog is winning the CS battle down in the bot lane. That's the largest CS gap other than the top lane. It looks like we have a Ghost, and he's going to come back here. I'm not sure why. I mean, unless he taunts it away. That's a pretty early Ghost coming out on the side of Hecarim. Without knowing you're going to land the CC to continue it up. Tristana is a little bit harder to, you know, CS for. As saplings are getting thrown in the bush in the bot lane. Shenton is under tower there. Nice pick. But, oh, misses that one. Finishes that one off. He gets going to pull back in. I think Hecarim's going to, you know, ignore top lane now. That is, top laner dove too far under tower with no ulti. He's going to slip on out of there as Shen's going to try and take control of this wave. Push it on out. Try and catch back up in that CS. We're at 11 minutes here. I think that there's 2 tower plates down in mid lane for blue team. Well, they've gotten 1 in return. 2 down on the Shen. No tower bot lanes down for there. So Aatrox should be, I think, have the most gold in the game. Oh, no, it's Zillion with the most gold in the game. I guess he is up 20 CS on his own, you know, top laner, own solo laner. But good job as Hecarim's going in there for a blue. And it looks like Zac may be getting caught out here. Alistar, Blast Cone. I mean, oh, Zac's going to go back in. They're going in onto the Alistar. As Tristana's going to jump over the wall to get in onto ZZ Dog, who's going to try and ult his way out of this to try and heal. And, you know, down goes the cow. And Rift Herald's going to be spawned up in the top lane. Let's go up top. Let's see this Rift charge. Shen's going to taunt, get in onto the Heck and try and pick up the kills. There's the ulti, but you ulted the wrong way. And the tower did not drop down, so Hecarim's going to die. Shen's going to kill the Rift Herald. Is the tower even going to drop? Oh my gosh. Ansem, excellent job there in the top lane. Staying alive, saving the tower. You know, preventing Hydro from getting really going. The Boing's going the wrong way for you. Tristana now can Blast Cup. And in comes Zac yet again. Tristana with the Goomba Stomp. Gets onto Kai'Sa and Goomba stomps his way out of town. Oh, Ansem, you died. Someone tell Ansem he died to get in lane. And first tower will go over to Simply PK. Real strong performance so far for him up in the top wave. You know, Hydro's, you know, controlling the waves. I mean, the double, you know, three-man gank bot lane did not go in their favor, while the Hecarim was up top with the Rift Herald. Probably could have played a little bit better defensively down in the bot lane, but not terrible, too bad at that. As we see Dragon come up here in 30 seconds, will be a mountain, it looks like. And in goes Aatrox yet again, because they're trying to steal the blue buff. Just all the saplings. All the saplings. Ignite with the auto on the Zilean, man. Anyone remember? I think it was the pros 1v1s when it was Froggen. It's like Froggen versus Faker did a 1v1 for Best of Nivea, and it was just like auto attacks, right? And then I can't remember, someone else did Zilean versus Zilean and auto attacks only. And who could CS better was basically the issue. And we'll see what happens here. As the goal may be to try and get onto this Tristana, but Heba Pulverized coming in by this afternoon. Aatrox can come in, but not going to get any finish up. And Tristana's just autoing away. And there is the Kale ult, and that's on herself to keep herself alive. Tristana's going to jump in onto the back line. Does he able to get onto Zilean, who's popped ult, and someone else's Kai'Sa's going to try and stay alive. Here's the CC's coming off. Aatrox had jumped over the wall, but knocked back. Pulverized going to come out. They're able to finish off the tree, and Ansem's the only one left alive. Kai'Sa's the only one finishing here, and it looks like they're finishing off the Zac Lawless. He's got ult all the way in, and that's an ace on the side of Hydrodynamic Boings. Excellent job, and this should be their second dragon. Kai'Sa's gone to the mid lane to push the tower. They are really accelerating the goal. They went from basically even to now up. Well, it's going to be like 4K here after the end of this play. Can you finish off the tower? I think you can. It's been destroyed. So what does Zilean get? Zilean looks like went for the Everfrost. You know, got the magic damage. We'll just sort of touch base on the mythic items here. For some of the more unique champions that people may not have seen. As Aatrox is going to go over the wall here, trying to get in onto the Zac. Alistar and Kai'Sa, or they're just going to body the Maokai here as Aatrox can go back over the wall. There's one flash. There's a kill. Zac's coming over the wall now, and this like Alistair's going to ult his way out. Aatrox going to land so much CC trying to, you know, knock down, and Tristana jumps away, so he's not going to be part of that at all. And this game's looking like it's going really well for Hydro. I mean, they have multiple people, like I said. They have their mythics. You know, Tristana is 2-1-1. Kale's 0-2-2. He's gone for the Nashor's? Yeah, Nashor's Tooth. So, not a mythic yet, but we'll see what they want to do. Zilean off on the split push. Good job. Those auto attacks so damaging on the side of the Zilean. The groovy Zilean. There's more fighting in the bot lane. It looks like Tristana's actually able to take down the Kai'Sa and gets another double stomp. And let's see, jumps away as Aatrox is going to try and get in here. And that's not going to be enough as it actually lands onto the Maokai. They're just trying to CC up Aatrox. You had nothing doing there because Maokai and Shen kept you in CC lock. no matter how much your ult, you know, finish off. Kayle is now level 11, so she's going to get that ranged auto attack. She's going to start shredding through. So a really good 2v2 into a counter engage on the side of Anarchy Blue. And with that, they're going to be able to get their first tower of the game. Oh, Shen with the max range taunt on the Zillion. And let's see here. Hecarim, we got the Divine Sunderer, Gore Drinker on the Aatrox. Shen doesn't have an item yet. Oh, Flash Taunt on the side of Shen. There's one with Zac coming up. Oh, one more. It looks like they're going to try and wait it out. They tried to wait it out. Oh, flashing and zooming away. Groovy Zillion. Put on his, I don't know, disco shoes. Dude, that doesn't quite work, but maybe it does. Oh, Zac, you're in trouble. You're by yourself. And Tristana's going to have to jump away from that one. Zac's getting all the damage, but here comes the Kayle ulti. It'll stay along for so long. Kayle actually is going to get a double kill because the swords came flying on down. Kai'Sa not far enough away to get away from the Zac jump. Triple kill has gone over to the Kayle. What looked so good turned out so bad on the side of Hydro. They just dumped all their damage in on the Zac with all their CC, and once all their CC was used up, Tristana and Kayle, well, I mean, Kayle came in with the save, and now they're just pile driving Nick Knight into the ground. I don't know which one was doing the full pile drive, because Tristana and Zac both jumped on. Shen with the taunt, Maokai with the roots, held in place, and those guys jumped down on top of you. Absolutely crushing. And the gold now is actually in favor of Blue. Anarchy Blue is now the gold leaders after those, like, quick fights. So, I mean, there's dragon conditions still in favor of Hydro. But, I don't know. It's just, I mean, they still have the mythics. No mythics have been picked up on the side of Shen, nor on the side of Kayle. But Blue is definitely more coordinated in their team fights. Especially because they can 5v5 in these, you know, team fights, right? Between the Maokai and the Shen and the Zac, there's just so much like CC and tankiness that Kai'Sa kind of has to try and dig through, because Zillion's kind of a burst. If Aatrox isn't helping like shred through these team fights, they're going to be in trouble. So, but we'll see what happens. You never know what's going to happen in these games, and that's part of the fun. So we got 20 seconds here until Dragon. And it looks like Hecarim maybe going to try and get set up for the Rift Herald, or the Scuttle Carab, I mean. Kayle, no teleport, has gone top to counter Aatrox. And Aatrox is just like, yeah, let's go. 1v1 me. And Kayle's like, okay, let's go. 1v1. Oh! Shut down. No, Kayle. Kayle had ulti too. Kayle could have ult. Could have saved herself. So now Aatrox is definitely going to get that tier 2 in top lane. He does not have teleport, so he's not coming in. So this is a 4v4. Let's see what, you know, Hydra wants to do here. Do they just want to delay it till someone matches Aatrox? Particularly if Tristana goes, then you just go, right? You just start the dragon. Because, you know, unless if they keep track of Kayle's timer and teleport, then they know that she's not showing up. Aatrox is going to try and get a little bit of damage on this tier 1. Or not tier 1, sorry. Inhibitor. And we got some, you know, poke damage out going back and forth. Someone just start the dragon, though. Come on. I know, they're throwing out poke damage. Start it. Okay, finally the dragon's been started. Kayle's had time to die and run here. There comes the Maokai ult and the Shen ult on Zac, jumping in and knocking up everyone around. Let's see if what happened is Zillion actually going to use the ult on Alistar instead, and Zac's going to get the Kayle ulti to drop around, and then Tristana's going to take out the Hecarim, and with no jungler here, it's going to be relatively easy for the smite. Nice stun by Nick Knight, as Shen actually got stopped by the Aatrox. That happening is actually Shen is going to take Aatrox down in the top lane. I wonder if Aatrox took a tower shot to prevent the Shen teleport, as now the blue team's going to push down bot, and they're wrapping around as Zac's going to go over the wall. Kai'Sa? What's going on? Double bomb? Oh, Maokai, you're probably stuck. Oh no, here comes the teleport from Shen, and Maokai's gonna root on in onto the Alistar and taunt across, and this is gonna be a dead Alistar. Tristana got over the wall, and it's just super close to that can happen, and finishes that one off. Double kill for Maokai. Sapling damage OP. As you know, Anarchy Blue is just sticking together and playing to that their win condition better in these like super extended skirmishes. Everything starts off well for Hydro, and then they just like let it go like 2 minutes too long, right? Like they should just get their little skirmish and back off. Get their little skirmish and back off. As ZZ Dog's looking to come in here. Maybe with Hecarim. Trying to prevent the backs so Aatrox can, you know, hopefully get this tower. We're trying to get the split push going, and if the split push is in control, that's going to happen. And Hecarim's going to ghost in. Let's see what happens. It's flashing in. Zach's going to slap two people together. We have a teleport from KO coming into this team fight. As down goes Kaisa in the background. Tristana never got jumped on. She's going to be absolutely free firing. Now Zach and Maokai are just absolutely slapping everyone together as they do not care. Aatrox is taking the tower in the top lane. As now the cow is going to have to flash away. As this entire time Zach's going to jump over and just run away. And that is now an unstoppable support Maokai as Aatrox has taken, you know, the tower, but hasn't got the inhibitor. The split push, you know, skirmishing fighting is the, you know, pros and cons going to each side. Aatrox maybe getting fed, but this Tristana 7-1-8 right now. And the Maokai, the 5-2-8, I guess stealing some of those kills in the bottom fight. Shen's been able to help out. Zach definitely seeing him and able to help out. As now it's going to be a 2v1 here in the top lane. As Aatrox is going to have to try and have to heal tank his way through it. Let's see if that's going to happen. He's going to finish off Gore Drinker, blast his way through with the help of, you know, everything's finished off. And Maokai's just hanging through. And is this the Shen ulti in the top of the save? And he's going to finish this one off. And he throws the Q out. He's not going to be enough as Maokai. He's going to walk away. He taunts his way across and finally finishes off the Aatrox 2v1 in the top lane. But all this happened. KO got cut out by Hecarim. And the rest of Hydro. So we've seen some really good mechanical plays from both teams. Some, I want to say, a little bit of macro oversteps for both teams. Not quite on the same page. Sort of what you expect out of a week 1 match where things are like you're doing the right things, or you're trying to coordinate together and things are just not perfectly layered. You know, you're not hitting on all cylinders, that type of thing. As we are almost to 25 minutes. It is 19-13 in kills, but 3-4 in towers. Gold basically practically even. Dragons do favor Hydros at the moment, as you can look at the gold on your screen to see who it favors in each particular lane. Tristana is, you know, just slightly behind the Aatrox in gold, but, you know, let's see this up. Oh, I thought something maybe was happening. Is Biscuit is going to run away on that. And it looks like maybe Aatrox will get back on the split push. Gonna maybe try to get to that that inhibitor. I don't know if you want to try and get to the inhibitor. I mean, obviously you do want to try and get to the inhibitor, but I think you maybe need to control other sections of the map here, as the next dragon is up in a minute. I think that's where we're going to get a nice 5v5 for the next dragon. And teleport is not up on anyone at the moment. Summoners, it just looks like Tristana's the only one with summoners. I guess Shen has a flash, and Maokai has ignite. Other than that, everything else is burnt for everyone. Throwing out the spells. Now, we are at 26 minutes here. Just a heads up before the next team fight. If this VOD does go super wonky and ends because we're in spectate mode, some of the live matches have been ending early where they just freeze and pause, so hopefully that doesn't happen. In case it does, we'll know that that is the end, and I will go to the end game screen. But I don't think that's what's going to happen from this fight coming up. But we do have Dragon number 4, second Infernal possible here. And Zach's going to go in and get headbutt pulverized out by Alistar. Everything's going to happen. He's going to try and run away. Taunt comes in by the Shen. Looks like all the damage on Kale. Ulti is going to be in on, and it's not going to happen. Shurima is not going to be able to jump on. She jumps away from any damage that's coming out from the cow. And she's just going to absolutely shred through. His Kai'Sa's not going to be enough. Tries to ulti his way out. And carries on the side of Hydro. Not do enough damage to take out any of the tanks that were engaged on them. But the complete opposite is Tristana was able to finish off the tanks that engaged on her as they run away. That is Dragon over to Anarchy Blue, and Baron should go their way too. Blue team has slain Baron Masher. So, Zillion. Oh, taunt. Nice Zillion ult. Alistar. Over. Headbutt pulverize. There's the slow. See if you can finish this one off. One bomb. I mean, Shen's gonna over the blast cone. Oh no! The Zillion has to flash out. Here comes Aatrox. Double bomb into the sun. This is gonna be a 5-man party on Ansem's head. I bet he didn't like that. Not one bit. So, Baron buff over the side of Blue. They do have an outer tower they can still get in the top lane. And 2 tier 2s in mid and top as well. So, we'll see what they want to do with that on the side of Hydro. They're going to be pushing in the mid lane. Maybe trading some towers here. Go, trade that outer tier 1 for this tier 2 in mid and back your way on off. Try and, get the gold lead. Usually the Baron power play, which spectator mode doesn't have for non-Riot employees. So can't tell you how much gold is going their way, but with the kill in the tower that they've gotten compared to no towers, and Alistar maybe sacrificing himself here to save the Kai'Sa, because that's 3 people. This absolutely shreds you. Now, between Tristana has long enough range at 14, probably not, but I don't think that's going to matter with the siege because of the Baron. Kale, only level 14. They should be able to shred through anything here with no Alistar engage. Kai'Sa's just too short range to fully engage on this. We'll see if they want to go up. And here comes the Maokai ult. Did catch a few people, and he's going to flash in onto the Hecarim, who's going to have to ult his way in. His finishers up, as Shen's going to be ulting in onto the Zac as Kale ults herself to prevent any damage. Aatrox drops on, and down goes one Zillion trying to drop the runs over the side. Kai'Sa trying to poke over the wall. It's not going to happen. As Aatrox did go golden to try and prevent any damage. He's now going to come back from G-Ace, throw everything out. Sorry, Zillion ult actually was used on the Kai'Sa as Ansem finishes off the AD carry. ZZ Dog and Zac's going to jump over the wall. It's not going to happen as Kale's going to actually finish this one off. And within Ace! Oh, I guess it's not an ace. Nick Knight was able to escape on the Zillion, but no one really got on the Tristanas. Kale was able to, peel Aatrox off herself with the ult. This is going to be game 1 going over to Anarchy Blue. Excellent job on their part. Pretty decisive. Wow. That was really loud on my end. Really decisive end game there from their part with the Baron. They basically, just had the better kind of late game in their game. So let's see if I just can go back to post game. That's not going to work. We will do this, and I will copy this. Is that not going to work? Or are we going to have to go to just desktop? We'll do this. Okay. How's that look on string? Close enough? end game stats that I can get pulled up here for you. Okay, so the names aren't on there because this is what it looks like when you look at the end game stats and what we see when we pull stuff up with the API from Riot. And this is why you have to assign names to champions on who plays what, because this is what we see when we use your stats to do our end of match stats on the website, and why some things have to be done manually. So as you can see here, I mean, the Zach with the engages, the 3, 2, and 14. Shen did his job, 16 assists, protect the Tristana. Maokai somehow got 5 kills and all of that shenanigans, and basically just came to the point that the engages from the Hecarim, Alistar, and Aatrox weren't able to burn through all the CC and shield and heals and ults from Kayle and Shen on the Tristana or Kayle herself. They were able to survive long enough to absorb that first hard engage coming out on the side of Hydro, and then once Hydro was done with using all their abilities and stuff, then they just got turned around and upon with the shredding autos from the the 2 carries on the side of Anarchy Blue. So really good game, and I think a pretty good decent game from both teams. The start, I mean, it's a rough start, kind of coming out. I don't know how well you can see the stats here. It's probably little tiny letters and numbers. Let's see if I'll zoom in for you. Maybe. It's not letting me zoom on their page. The stats probably, I mean, if you look at the damage to champions, I mean, somehow, well, Shen, of course, did more damage than Tristana and Kayle, but he was whacking on, Aatrox, who was healing off everything that he was doing. So damage across the board is relatively even. We're trying to see if there's any peak numbers here that should, show particular interest. Wards are looking good from most of the players and destroyed. No pink spot on the side of carries from any of the Anarchy Blue players, so that's disappointing. Always like to see at least one pink from a carry. In these type of games, especially in the 5v5s and the seal play. So gold across the board, obviously Blue's going to be ahead and finish that one up. So really good, entertaining game number 1 on the side of Anarchy Blue. After this game, I think you probably want to go to if you're Hydro, maybe you adapt and you get either banned like to protect the carry comp, or if they go protect the carry comp, then you have to do a little bit more just split up, right? Go way more into split pushing and not less team fighting, right? Just like, oh, well, we'll just ignore you protect the carry, and you can only do one thing at once, so we'll try and do way more harder earlier game. Hecarim's nice early. It's faster than the Zac, but I don't think it's quite early enough in that type of jungling, and maybe a better. I'm not saying this Kai'Sa Alistar is a bad bot lane. I think it's a really good bot lane right now, but maybe a better, like, harder pushing bot lane and a better, like, a harder pushing, less control-y mid lane. But we will see what they do in game number 2, and I will be throwing the picks and bans up on the screen here in just a moment, and I don't even know what this is. I don't know why it's trying to have me log into the freaking website, but here. Here are the pick bans for game number 2. I'll let you take a little look-see, and I'm going to get a little drink-see. Okay, let's quick look at the adaptations coming out from both these teams going into game number 2. So on the side of Hydro Homies, the Aatrox was working pretty well in lane, and the split push was, one of their strong conditions, so I can see definitely that coming out again. They're going to go with a much more aggressive jungler, at least in my opinion, in the Kayn, and the Leona is once again a CC control, tank, CC tank in the bot lane. So, I think Leona's in a better position at the moment than Alistar, but that's maybe a personal preference. But we'll see how it goes in this one. And then they're going to come out with the Karthus Cannon. So we're going to have a Cannon AD carry. This is just like the control. Just the control that Cannon can do. So I like seeing Cannon AD carry. So we've already seen some spiciness. We've seen a Zillion. We've seen a Kayle. We're going to see Cannon AD carry. These are things that normally you don't see in the high tier super meta. So definitely loving some of these picks coming out from these players. Play something you're comfortable. Play something get control. Play to your strengths. So on the side of Anarchy Blue, we have Zac out of the jungle, Wukong in the top lane, Tristan AD carry. Nautilus is just another tanky support, and the Silas. So a lot more volatile mid lane I think coming out, and a lot more faster jungler on the Kayn. Wukong versus Aatrox is going to be a lot more fighty than the rest of it. So a pretty good aspect here of what's going on for this game number 2. And I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to let you keep looking at the screen as I pull up the game here. We're doing it this way so you don't get the drastic noises when everything loads in. Okay, it's taking it just a moment. Switching logos around. Who you guys think is going to come out in game number 2 here? Will Anarchy Blue do a 2-0? Will Hydrodynamic Boing or whatever their name is, I already can't pronounce it. Will they be able to make it a nice 1-1? I think it's going to be a pretty good game 2 here. Both these teams playing to some of the strengths that they showed in game 1, allowing things to be better for game 2, as some of these logos just do not want to fit on the page. And team name. Come on, chat. Who you guys think? We can talk about other things if you guys want to talk about other things. But I think we kind of want to shout out to the both these teams for game 1. This was definitely played. This was early week 1 match, so they had not seen other teams play yet. This was like Tuesday of last week, so definitely see what's coming out. I think we're gonna swap on over to the transition. Okay, coming on through. Here we are, going out onto the Rift. Ansem, you're playing in this game. There's no reason for you to spoil anything other than when you're going to die. Give me a heads up so I can cut to you every time you die. As we go on out, let's see if they do standard fans. I wonder if, Kennen went Doran's Ring. I know it gives ability power and physical damage to minions, but if you can't, and again, I guess it gives health back. You know what? That's actually a pretty good job. Pretty good job. They've changed, updated things. I was kind of thinking, little iffy, but I like it. Karthus going straight for the, Tear of the Goddess. Gonna span the mana pool, just hitting all the Qs as fast as Karthus can. And smite'ems, shields. Yippity yippity. Okay. Everything's looking smooth sailing. This looks like we're going to be having some no pressure or anything. What did the first kill happen? Like 10 minutes into game 1? I think we're going to be looking at like maybe another 10 minutes into this game. Hopefully the stream volume is good for you guys. Do I have to fix the sound? No, it's still 17% on my end. For whatever reason, spectator mode in the client on replays is always louder than it is when I'm spectating a live match. That go right on through. So, lanes we see, Wukong is going to be a little bit more aggressive than the Shen, or at least in this instance. We'll see how it happens. But I think Wukong's going to fare a little bit better. But although Ansem did a great job on that tower dive in game 1, we'll see if he's as good. Ansem does hit 2. He's going to go in on Simply PA. Both Conqueror procs. As Shur's going to go in and spin his chains around. So we have Nickmite pulling out his best Gelati here, playing Zillion in game 1 and Karthus in game 2. Gelati is a player in Ionia who's known for being trash now after being a highly recognized diamond player. Now can't even get out of gold. That's right, Gelati, call you out. But let's focus back in on this game here instead of focusing on us. We'll focus on other teams later this season as Q's coming out. Dropping down some laid waste with the Skittles. Finishing everything off here. Zach's going to be like, hey, guess what, Karthus? You're not very mobile. We're going to flash in with 1 Q and, you know, just keep on walking out. Karthus is like, I'm going to walk it out. And then that's it, because he's done. He didn't have to say it a second time. As Scuttle Crabs are still open, Kane is doing his, you know, favorite kitty pride, going through walls, trying to get through. Zach getting in on the Scuttle Crabs. And bot lane's pushing, top lane's pushing. I just want to say, I love Karthus Qs. They're great. They're just you just hit the Q button as much as you can. And it's just the sound and the little tiny explosion. It's really like, it's kind of soothing. It's like pop, pop, and it's like, you know, isolate damage on 1 minion at a time. Makes you feel really strong. Pretty overall, really fair champion. He has really, you know, distinct weaknesses with some really good strengths. He's not like an overall does everything. Although his jungling, I think. Is definitely allows an entrance, as we have the first time Cannon gets just dematerialized. I tried to go say something else. It got all twisted, tongue-tied. As the Tristana is down in CS, but it is hard to see as Zach's going to go for a return gank here in the mid lane. And Karthus is going to drop the exhaust. Going to happen through. Kane, you come in to help save your mid laner to see what's going to happen. Karthus is going to go in with a flash in. We're going to be able to finish off the Zach here, but put in Blabla forms. Can Karthus Q's finish off this one? Should have given it over to the Karthus, my friend, because Silas is going to go on, and his chains are way stronger than your Scythe, my friend. And Tristana killed Cannon in the river, as everyone was collapsing upwards to help the fight, I guess. Not exactly sure what happened. If we didn't have another VOD, I may have rewind to go see what exactly happened, but we don't have that capability yet. As oh, they're going back in on Leona, but she's got the shield. This is gonna be enough. She's gonna walk this off as they walk away from the explosion, because that's how cool Tristana is. Tristana, when her goggles should drop down every time her little bomb explodes. If the animators get on that, you know, that way she is. I mean, she has the goggles for a reason, right? Just put the goggles on. As with that control, 2 kills on Silas in mid lane, able to come back to lane. Karthus burnt. Flash in exhaust, flash out of Kane, flash out of Zach, flash out of Silas, but teleported up flash and heal out of Zigzag. Oh, and looks like they're going to go all the way back in. This is not looking good as Leona's going to poke her head in here as they're on the dragon. Here comes the Karthus ult as Kane's going to come over the wall. Vayboy's going to go in and do the stun, and Zac is going to be able to get the dragon, but then Kennen finishes off. Zac is going to finish on. Silas is going to come in here, and all Aatrox is teleported down as well. And I think Wukong as well. He's spinning to winning. He's trying to get it on. His Nipnat is going to actually drop to the Aatrox. And there's the second ulti coming out of the Wukong. And there's the Nautilus coming with the CC. Kane's going to go with the spin. It's not going to happen as Karthus is actually just trying to lay waste. Finally, it's happening. And this is a triple kill for the Wukong. But no, it's now a double kill, I think, for the Kane, is now Aatrox is going to be chasing in onto Nautilus as trying to finish this one off. And nope! And Silas chains him down. So Silas is 3-0-3. Zac was able to get the dragon. This game already spicier than the first one. We had a nice, you know, a nice strong appetizer of like some like, you know, potato wedges, or, you know, some of those like little hors d'oeuvre foods for game number 1. But for game 2 of our 4-course meal tonight, we've come out with the hot wings. We're going to be keeping this up all night. This is going to be absolutely epic to finish off our week 1 this evening as we finish off these games. Wukong is now 3-1-1. Aatrox is 1-1-1. And you know, definitely higher up. He has already picked up the Iron Whip compared to just the Phage. Karthus is gone straight for Sork Shoes. He's like, there's so much fighting, I can't even wait to get through. Everyone's just minuscule MR at like, you know, level 5 and 7 for everyone. So he's gone for that instead of damage. You know, no full items yet on the side of anyone, but soon as the Mythic's going to come in, I think particularly on the side of Anarchy Blue here, particularly before the next dragon fight, they may have like 4 Mythics compared to like 2 or 3. They are going to be really strong for the next dragon. We'll see if they want to even try and fight it on the side of Hydro. That team fight just did not go as well as they would have liked, particularly because they're, you know, if Kennen would have been 6, that ult CC would have been so good for them, but not quite in their favor here. So, and I like the Kennen. See, considering you have Kane and Aatrox, as Wukong's just absolutely spinning to win on this. Aatrox is going to come up, and Kane's going to come through the wall. Does get the nice spin, but Wukong's like, you know what, I can spin just as well. Zac actually finishes the Kane coming up, trying to get up, and down goes Kane. You can go inside the Monkey King, but the Monkey King will then hit you with his stick when you come out. Staff. If I was more caught up in Monkey King lore, I would have a better joke there. There is a show on Netflix called The Monkey King. No idea how good it is, but I saw it the other day. No one thought about it. Anyone see that show? Karthus is going to drop his ult to... Oh, no, sorry. That was Kane dropping the Karthus ult as Cannon's going to pop his ulti, but Tristana is still far enough away. He does get the Goomba Stomp. He's going to get the repeat stomp here. Just uses his ult to knock back Leona, and this is a double kill now for the Tristana. 3-1-1. Bot lane in full control on the side of Anarchy Blue. Mid lane on control on the side of Anarchy Blue. Top lane in control on Anarchy Blue. Jungle in control for Anarchy Blue. And they up 4K in 10 minutes. Really good job. Really good early game. Oh! He did. Just not respecting Kane. Dive under, or Silas dive under tower. Well, goes. Oh my gosh, the healing coming out of Silas right now, absolutely ridiculous. Let's see here. What is Karthus? Karthus and Kennen have both picked up the Hex Tech Alternator. Let's see what they be going for. Let's hope they don't get the same item. That would be awkward. As, you know, Aatrox is the one this game getting pushed in. And Dragon coming up here in 25 seconds. Let's look and see where those mythics are like we predicted. And there's 1 mythic. There's 2 mythics. And Zach's gonna back. Let's see if he has enough gold for a mythic. Probably. Wukong, definitely not. Oh, never mind. There's his mythic. Teleports are down for the top laners. Nautilus trying to get some vision in control, but I think Zach's gonna be running straight there. They also have Rift Herald, so maybe you drop Rift in mid or mid lane, try and get those tower plates in on the Sylas and then take Dragon, or bot lane and then get Dragon, or take Dragon and then use the Rift plates. But you probably want to use the Rift Herald here within the next minute, so you can definitely get a charge off. And considering both those lanes have already had 2 tower plates down, definitely an opportunity to fully, you know, take a tower. Go to the junglers. Pink wards, pretty easy, no contests. On the side of this, and it looks like they'll be taking it to bot lane. Ken and Leona, you better run. Yordle your way out of there. And Leona stole an ult here. Sylas actually has some really good ults to steal in this matchup. Cannon's ult, Leona's ult. As this is just going to be a 4v3 down the bot lane. And everyone's going to be dropped down. Karthus ult is going to try and come in return. And this is going to be finishing up. And just everyone's getting finished down. All the damage. Gooba stomping through. Excellent job by Leona. But Tristana is going to go down. Zach is finally now going to drop the Rift. Why didn't you drop the Rift Herald first, my buddy? That way you kind of try and prevent the, you know, any damage that would have been laid on top of you. Take out the tower. Karthus, he got some assists, I think, because on the one thing is Wukong's going to now try and slip away. Nice dodge. Flash W. And this is... Yep. Though sometimes, you know, the announcer lady says it way better than I can say it. Just let her have her... her paid preview promo. Just what she gets paid for, or paid for, unless it's completely computer generated. Do you guys remember back when the league client used to let you, you know, pull up your own voice tracks, so you could upload your own voices or audio clips of people saying stuff? Like you could anyone say like pentakill and turret has fallen and stuff. Good old days when the client was, you know, broken, right? Nothing? Cool. Okay. So, Dragons have gone over the side of Anarchy Blue. It's 15-6 right now. They're up 6k in gold. They're up CS across the board. They're up towers. They took 1 tower down. I think they got 2 plates in mid lane and 2 plates in top lane. So definitely way up in the plates as well. This is really good. Pretty good Qs coming out of the side of Karthus there. But it's, I mean, oh, Zach, it's just the double CC. And Unstoppable Cannon's going to come in here, try and get the stun up and finish up. And, oh, stolen ulti by Sylas right after the CC. Pops the ulti right in return. Cannon has to back his way out of there. That way he is not stuck in the maelstrom. Oh, Tristana's going to jump in here. Let's see what happens. Oof. And that's now a 6-2-2 Tristana. 300 gold bounty. Not as much as the 500 gold bounty on Sonori Star. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your names, everyone. Oh, Leona's going to go in, but you grabbed the wrong one. There's 1. Ooh, 2. Let's see if they can get this next one. He's going to go back in. There's the second knockout. Kale ult comes on through. Kane, sorry. Flashing out. And oh, Sylas yet again. Stealing everyone's ult and is using them on point this game. You know, Sylas is absolutely strong. Nautilus going to be trying to tank this one up. Goes in under tower yet again. That's another heal. Please get the heal off of this man, because he's healing more than like Sona does in lane right now. It's absolutely nuts on how much he's healing. I want to definitely remind me, chat, to look at end game heal stats. I want to see how much Sylas healed this game. It's not going to be as much as Zach, because obviously Zach Bloblets in jungle are just going to be insane. But that's like what his whole kit's based around. I do not think that Silas should be healing as much as he has been in these engages. And why is directed cam looking at people in base? That's absolutely crazy. We should be focusing on the dragon area because that's coming up in 45 seconds. Aatrox gonna try and fight it out. And Nautilus is here now. And he tried to fight it out with none of his team around, even though he thought it was just a jungler. And he's just bouncing around. It's a bounce house between the knockups between Nautilus and Zac and Wukong and the Blast Cone and Aatrox jumping up and down. I mean, there was I don't know, do you guys know? I mean, obviously the trampoline place near where I live is called one thing, but do those trampoline parks, everyone probably has one of them around their neighborhood. I mean, you probably shouldn't be going to any of them right now because of COVID, but I was going to be like, hey, you know, there's more jumping in the around here than those parks, but we'll set it up for another team fight. As Kennen still just on one item, Kayn on one item, Aatrox on one item, Karthus on one item, versus, you know, the 2 items from the Silas, you know, full item. I mean, everyone's got their mythics on the side of Anarchy Blue. This has been a real control game. Just across the board, everyone on Blue is playing pretty well. And they're forcing Hydro to make mistakes. You know, they're keeping enough pressure on where Hydro's always playing off their back foot, but they're not going too far and, you know, walking into places without having teammates next to them, or, you know, not having the ability to escape, those types of things here, as they're going to now get the second Rift Herald, and we'll see where they want to take that. They have gotten 3 dragons, so I don't know, do they hold it and try and set it up for where they want to do their Baron play? Do they try and hold it until as long as they can, so they can set up for the next dragon in, you know, 4 minutes? You're not going to have 4 minutes, but maybe you can set it up to take it to bot lane, to pressure in, to get the tier 2, and then take the next one as there's the Kayn ult. Kayn using Karthus ult to just prevent the back, I think, and just lay out some poke damage. You know, Vebe trying to stick around, look for a CC around a corner. Not successful. I mean, it's been successful in getting the CC, but it hasn't been successful in regards to how well that C has been done or taken for the team. As Silas is just going to try and kill Karthus, as now we're going to have a 3-man that's going to he's going to flash on. There's the Karthus ult comes out as well. He's gone golden to prevent 1 damage, and then he's taken the only ult that's going to miss. He's now taking the Aatrox ult. Look how much healing he has. This is absolutely ridiculous, everyone. There's no reason why Silas should live that long. That's absolutely crazy on how much healing he has. I know he got the shutdown, but the Rift Herald's going to get off a second charge. You know, you're trying to go in here and double get the stun, finish off this. Wukong's going to get one thing, and he's actually going to go golden. Excellent job with the stopwatch there. And Zac is actually going to come back alive as the Rift Herald not able to take down the inhibitor tower. But Tristana and Nautilus do take the tier 2 in mid lane. So, I mean, overall, it was an okay trade. I don't think giving the shutdown on Silas was optimal, but it took, like, you know, Karthus ult and Leona ult and Kayn and Aatrox, all of them to take down, you know, the one Silas and allow them to get 2 towers and a lot of damage on that inhibitor tower. So we'll see how it ends up going here. Aatrox is going to get the nice jump on Zac, who's just going to jump on out. We got 2 minutes till dragon. That's going to be the next objective. Tristana, not enough items yet to focus on doing Baron. Nice has actually picked up the, you know, Stormrazor and the Zeal and the Executioners. Do we have any? There's 1 Executioners on Kayn, and that's it. No grievous wounds on the side of Hydra right now, particularly looking at how much Silas has been healing. and how much Gore Drinker can, like, you know, really help up in a pinch on the side of Wukong and Tristana. I think that's going to be really necessary going forward, as we're just going to see Silas chase down this Aatrox a minute before Dragon. See how he can time it for, ooh, slippery. Yeah. And then here comes Nautilus. No, he escaped. So they save the tower, but they're not, I mean, they can just run down the Dragon right now, because they're just sort of clearing up vision. Tristana pushing in the mid wave. Silas does have teleport, so he can teleport in. Wukong pushing in the bot lane. Get that one set up. Karthus has finished his, you know, Archangels. Oh my gosh. Archangels. It's an angle staff, everyone, because it has an upgrade. There it is. Seraph's Embrace. Right? Seraph's? Yep. Okay. And they're going to go in. Nautilus here. And here comes the teleport. Here comes the Karthus ult. And going right in. Down goes Tristana. This is going to happen, but Wukong's going to come in with Aatrox in the back. Let's see if they can shred this one through for each of their top lane teams as things are going down. CC, this is the bounce house we were talking about, everyone. Look at the trampolines, up and down, through abilities, and Silas is absolutely healing through everything that's happening. Wukong is shredding them in the back lane. Somehow Dragon got stuff. Karthus finally made up here, but his ult was used at the very beginning of the fight, and that one finishes up. He does get the double kill at the end, but it is Silas. It is Wukong. It is the Dragon going over to these two champions. Chains in the staff. Just want to say, between like going invisible inside someone is Kane and Wukong with the dummy ultimates and abilities, Silas, you know, slipping in and out of the fight, it's just absolutely nuts. When you have trying to cast that, and you have Aatrox trying to be as big as possible, go jumping up and down with his Qs, and same with Zac with his jump in and then his bounce around. Nautilus is also just a ginormous person, but with the, you know, Ocean Soul now going over to the side of Anarchy Blue. If they didn't have enough healing already, now if there's any fight, they can just back off and auto heal anyway if they weren't healing during the fight. So, I mean, oh, that's just going to be so dirty going into one of this, like the final team fight. You know, at this point they're up 26-11 in kills. They're up 10,000 gold in 24 minutes. You know, Blue is just going to at one point just hit this point where they're just going to shred through everything, unless they play it like really poorly, I think. Or I mean, I guess, you know, there is ability for the, you know, the Kennen and Leona to sort of pick off a champion with the help of Kane, but Kane's going to go through a wall, and Zac's going to jump on him with the help of Nautilus, and Tristana's going to jump in, and looking for a pick. That's not what you want. Karthus is now stuck. Is going to slip around, try and escape this. Oh, there's the exhaust, but I don't think that's going to particularly matter. You can do all the damage you want to this Silas, but he just heals through like half of it. Look, most champions taking that many Qs should have just died to Karthus in the 1v1, especially if you're exhausted and you're not moving around well in the Defile and you're just, the laid waste are just hitting you again and again. Should have died. That opportunity does allow Blue to pick up the Baron with the Dragon kill, or sorry, the Jungler kill in the bot lane, I guess mid laner death. Crazy how much he even has Zonias now. He's gonna slap those chains down, prevent the back from Leona. So now it's just we just have Baron. He's gonna drop the Karthus ult, prevent any back that anyone was having on the map as they push on in here. Maybe get this one cannon, take this one tier 2 while the rest of his team focuses the mid lane. Oh, Karthus is now here with Aatrox, but that, I mean, that's not enough. I mean, you're going to need 3 or 4 people to kill Silas. We've seen that before. And Tristana's like, yeah, you don't have enough people here to protect this tower. There's one tower down. We'll see if, you know, Hydro can do a last stand. Will I lose one inhibitor? I don't think so. This may be the end of the game here. Nope, they're going to rotate top. They're like, Silas, you're by yourself. We're going back up here. Finish this one off. And there it goes in onto the Kennen, who's going to probably have to pop his ult here as, you know, everything's going to finished off. Everything's got big. And he's finishing off. Tristana has dropped down the Leona, and this is going to finish off, throwing out the Qs. Rampage on the side of Aatrox or Wukong, sorry, in this one. Biscuit has finished that one off, and we are going to be the end of this. And it's going to be pretty quick here, because they're going to finish things off with the Barons. They're trying to finish things off. ZZ Dog's going to phase rush in and just run his way out, stun. It's going to be a excellent 2-0 series on the side of Anarchy Blue against Hydrodynamic going Boings. Man, that name is ridiculously long. Really, guys? Okay. So we will now flip to the post-game stats. Maybe? No, forgot. I gotta go to this one. So you can see it. So Wukong, much better than the Shining Game 1, but it was just an overall control on the side of Anarchy Blue in this second win of the day for them. I mean, it's just straight across. I mean, Silas getting those real kills early game, and that like kind of everyone piled in the mid lane, and then Tristana able to get the kill, and then get lane control against the Kennen in bot lane, and then Wukong picking up all those kills at Dragon meant he had full control over top lane, and then at that point they just took every objective. It didn't really sort of let up the pressure. That constant pressure of pushing on the map on the side of Anarchy Blue. Excellent job from their team on how this do it. So let's check out some of the stats here coming out. Once again, sorry if it's a little on the small side, but that's what we got right now. Actually, I can probably make this bigger for you guys. There we are. We'll see if this works. Okay, so the one stat I said that I wanted to see the most was healing done. Damage healed. Silas, 20,000 heals. Why does Silas have 20,000 in healing? Man, that's ridiculous. Compared to Zach, whose whole job is the, heal tank, is 35,000. Aatrox, who's supposed to be kind of a heal tank, 7.3. Kane, a little bit, healing as well, 12.5. And this is cheap people that are, whose jobs are that's kind of what their kids meant into. I think Silas is a little crazy on the heals that game. But excellent job from the side of Anarchy Blue coming out from this match with their 2-0. So we'll give a couple of MVPs here. So on the side of Game 1, it's got to go to the Tristana. I mean, this team comp is meant to protect the Tristana, and Tristana only died once, so great job by the whole team. But Tristana just dumping out the damage and the autos. That's her whole job, right? It's just be that reason why you kill people. And that's your thing, right? And the team comp set up for you to succeed, but if you mess up and you go too far or do something, then it looks really bad. So you played your role really well in this game. Excellent job on, oh my gosh, I just now draw a blank on his name, even though I just casted 2 straight games with his name. It's like Nip Nat or something. Nip Nath, right? Nip Nath. So, and then Game 2, of course, it's got to go over the Silas. Absolutely crushed it in that regard. So we have the Sanonori Star. Probably mispronounced that again. So excellent job there from him. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to cut it to a commercial here. It's almost 8 o'clock. Okay. I'm on East Coast time, so it's almost 8 o'clock. I am going to be back at 8 o'clock to start the second match. I'm going to leave the stream running. I'm probably going to throw it up on the intermission screen. I'm going to throw it up here, and I'm going to throw on... We'll throw on some stuff. Because I have to set up the next match anyway, and that's going to take me a little bit. So... And yeah, cool. I'm gonna mute myself and get everything set up, and I probably won't ping everyone in the Discord, but I will definitely give a shout out. So see you all in a little bit.